Well, it's fine. I did watch a bit of it, but we'll get into some of the news here about it. So Fortnite breaks Twitch's all-time concurrent viewer record after locking tons of players out of the event. This is Nathan Grayson of Kotaku. Today, Fortnite's oft-delayed season-ending device event finally took place, dotting the map with explosions before submerging it beneath the ocean. Over 2 million viewers tuned in on Twitch to watch the sea consume all. This means that Fortnite now once again holds the all-time record for most concurrent viewers on Twitch, but with an asterisk. The event topped out at 2.3 million live viewers across multiple channels on Twitch, according to Twitch's own stats. This surpasses the previous record held by League of Legends with just a hair over 1.7 million viewers during last year's World Championship. But Fortnite's latest wave of momentum arose from a storm of abnormal circumstances. Ahead of the device event, Epic announced that in-game space would be limited. A few minutes before it began, the company said on Twitter that the game was at capacity, forcing many fans, including Fortnite creative director Donald Mustard, which is his real name, to watch the event unfold on Twitch or YouTube. This annoyed players who logged in expecting to experience Fortnite's latest epochal upheaval firsthand, only to be turned away after waiting through multiple delays for the event to even occur. They still found themselves stuck on the outside looking in. So I watched a bit of the gameplay. It's another cool event where they basically demolish the islands, but I think you can still play it. It's still changing. The actual change for the season is this Thursday, so it's kind of like a event pre-event until the changes take effect on Thursday. But people were really stoked for this. They kept pushing the date, and of course they did on purposely. Was it last week with everyone taking time off with the Black Lives Matter movement, and so they actually have the event happening now, and Thursday is when it actually changes over. But I had some nieces and nephews who were very excited to see this event. I don't know what their take was on it, but I dig that they're still doing their thing. They're still changing stuff and
Yeah.
having these full blown events.
Did your nieces and nephews get in?
I don't know. I don't think they're smart enough to or patient enough to deal with the delays that apparently happen. So when I was
Right.
at work today, it's so slow at the coffee shop. One of the girls I work with, she also got super into Fortnite, and so she had her Switch in hand, and she was like, she was in the waiting room trying to get in, and I just I left at that point. I didn't see what if she was able to jump into the event, but apparently there was a huge demand, like that article just said. So a lot of people were stuck out of it. But yeah, I watched on YouTube, and so you can find it there. But yeah, another big event, fun
I'm
event.
very curious to see, like, was this a plan, George? I know, the email I got said, like, "Reserve your place." So
Interesting.
it seemed like there was some sort of reservation system. I don't maybe that's not a thing, maybe I just misunderstood the email. Um,
Well, there was
but
in the
again
article.
go ahead.
Oh, in the article they mentioned there was some kind of attempt to get people locked in because there was a capacity that they were reaching. So maybe that was that email they sent you. But I don't, in the past they haven't done that. They just let people in. But maybe they're reaching this like server limit where they can't have everybody in all at once on these events.
Sure. Well, it does say space is limited, arrive 30 minutes early, so no, there was no reservation.
Gotcha.
Um That's crazy. But yeah, it does make me wonder if it is planned, if this is sort of like, when they took down Fortnite and that caused more stir. So
Sure.
is there something to holding back that they've learned?
I wonder.
Yeah, it's curious. But good for
Yeah.
them. That's a the fact that they just smashed that record,
Right.
with 2.3 million is insanity. And that League of Legends thing, like you think about the sheer ungodly amount of money that League of Legends had to blow on that opening ceremony and all this stuff to get those views. Whereas these guys just, I mean, it's not that they just did a thing. This was a ton of work, but it's
Right.
just very different.
Yeah.
But
In
it's
this
also,
event.
go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry. Oh, okay. It was just more of on the actual changes. They're apparently adding more like underwater components. So that was part of the changes. That there's these huge waves that kind of circle the island now that are just like skyscraper size waves. And the idea is that it's gonna submerge the planet or the island completely, and they're gonna add more like underwater abilities because you can swim, but you can't like swim underwater now. So maybe they're gonna add that with shooting, and so that's the one of the ideas.
That'd be neat. I guess I just feel bad for these level designers. Didn't they basically just remake this whole map, this huge map for
Yeah,
season two?
yeah.
So I guess more grinding for these guys. That's for sure.
Yeah,
But
so we'll see how that goes. But they're able to keep up with with the workload. I don't know about mentally how it's going. If we don't hear a lot of stuff lately with crunch with them, I don't know. Maybe it's easier for them to be at home and work on this stuff. I don't know, but you're right. They're just pumping this stuff out.